Hey guys, Nick Lacrosse here. It's been a while since I did a video, so I figured I'd do one. I only have a couple new things to show you. I got an Evo3 in purple. It's dyed. They don't make factory dye that color. And the head is actually really light compared to a Stallion. But what I really want to talk about is the mesh I'm using on it. It's called Capital Mesh. It's new. My friend makes it. And it seems like pretty high quality mesh. Like to me, it feels like as close to hard mesh as you're gonna get. Like it holds its pocket very well. It is waterproof, of course, because it's waxed mesh, and it doesn't feel like it's like sometimes mark mesh. You'll use mark mesh, and it'll feel like you're using like soft mesh almost. This you don't get that feeling. This throws like hard mesh. But it does feel like soft mesh a little bit in the sense of like how soft it is, because it is waxed mesh. So when you catch with it, it is going to be fairly soft. It feels like broken and hard mesh. Like I've been using this for a while now. You can see it's a little dirty, and it is just. It feels like it's pretty high quality mesh. And since for white, I think he's only charging like 15 bucks for it. It is very good for the price. If you notice the top, it's like I don't think it's 13 millimeter. I think it's 15 millimeter, but the diamonds are very tight. So you can put that nice, clean triangle top string on there. I do mine a little different. See, like some people, they just interlock. I do like the regular top string, and then I put the triangle top string on top of that. I just think it's tighter. You want it to be tight, so I just do that instead. I like that better than just doing the regular interlock in the triangle. The 4-shooter setup. It's not a Mark Matthews shooter setup. I mean, it's the Mark Matthews shooter setup, but it's not a Mark Matthews pocket in any sense except for that. It's just how I've been doing my sticks for ever now. Like, I just do 4 shooters instead of 3 across. Just gives it something different. Before that Mark Matthews fad that we have going on right now, it was different. Like, nobody else really used it. And it's sort of my own thing. I put it on like a mid pocket, mid-high pocket, as you can see. The screen's widescreen, so it's actually got a nice sized pocket, but you can't really tell because of this laptop. It's widescreen almost. So I got that. So yeah, Capital Mesh. It's definitely good for the money. 15 bucks. You don't. If $15 is $2 more than the Cross Unlimited hard mesh, and I would take that any day over hard mesh. Lacrosse Unlimited Hard Mesh is $13 if you just want to go in and buy the mesh, and that's 15. So if you think about it, you're definitely better off buying that for 15 than hard mesh for 13. So I would buy that again in a second. Another thing I gotta show you guys is I got a 10K from a kid named Tyler in Levittown. I believe it's Levittown he's from. Sent it to me. And I'm going to be stringing an Ocho Cabre on that. That's what he wants, in green, white, and black. So I'm going to do white leather. So it'll be cool. It'll match that top piece and then the throat. And then he wants green and black gut string on it. So I'm not sure about the green, but it's what he wants. So whatever. I just got to wait for that string to get here. Because I got the whole package. I got a package from Gimalax like a couple days ago. But I forgot to order the black cross lace. So I gotta wait for that order to come in now. One more thing, my OG Proton. I'm pinching it. Just pinched it. Just boiled it. Whatever. Because I want to start using this. It's summer right now. And I'm going to put this head on my green Maverick Wonder Boy. I'm going to put regular hard mesh on it. Because I think we get too spoiled and stuff. Like, usually I use like a Sci-Fi Pro with either a Stallion on it or now an Evo3. I've been using an Evo Pro 2 the last few days. I've loved the Evo series now. But I think we're getting too spoiled with that stuff. Like, it makes it like with waxed mesh, it makes it so easy to catch. You don't feel like an urgency to get out to the wall and stuff. Like you don't feel like you have to cushion the ball as much. You just rely on the stick. But I want to stop relying on the stick so much. So over the summer, I'm going to start practicing with an older stick. I'm using an OG Proton on a Maverick Wonder Boy, and this way, like, I'll get used to like playing like I used to play like before I used all this wax mesh and stuff, you know. Like it's just good to have like an old stick. This way you don't get like too reliant on having like an expensive stick, like having like a side tie which is a heavier shaft. So for your checks you're like relying on that weight to actually like do like the damage rather than actually having strength in your checks. And I feel like if I use like an older lighter stick like the Maverick Wonder Boy, that I'm gonna work to get my edge back because it's gonna like make it like more like you have to work for it instead of having like a really expensive stick which does a lot of the work for you. And then when like tryouts come along and like games start, I'll use my expensive sticks again, and then they'll be like so much easier to use. I think it'll just make me a better player. So that's something I'm gonna try. And another thing about that capital mesh, I think I'm gonna start using it on a few of my sticks now, because it's good stuff for the money and I can afford to put that on all my sticks. I might start using that on a few of my sticks now. And one more thing, I'm going to be starting to make my own wax mesh very soon. I don't know how much it's going to cost yet, but I think it's going to be pretty cool, because what I'm figuring out how to do is I can put like designs in the mesh, like dye it. Like I could put like, let's say I want like the Mark Mesh smiley face in my mesh, I could do that. You know? Like I figured out tricks how to do that, so I think that'll be pretty cool. So if you guys want me to make you a piece of wax mesh, you can just message me on here, message me on Facebook at Nick Lacrosse, and I'll get back to you on prices. It'll vary on what color mesh and everything. So I'll probably be showing a couple pieces next time on my next video, probably a few days from now. And I'll see you guys later.